hold on to your vinyl. It's Prog Hat.
Hello and welcome back to the Prog Hat channel. Thanks for being here and clicking on this video. Really appreciate it. So today I went up to my favorite record store and I had a little bit of store credit left, and I gathered a few things that I particularly wasn't really listening to that much anymore, and so see what they would offer me. And how would you say it? The reward was great. It was. So got a couple of CDs to show here. I haven't got to really listen to everything, other than if I mentioned it, I did check it out on Spotify and listen to it. So I'm going to begin with the two CDs that I picked up here. One is Thelonious Monk, his album released on Columbia Records, Solo Monk. And I think for this artist here, Thelonious Monk, I want to collect these Columbia albums on CD, and it's because it's almost like they put two albums on one CD, and if you can see that okay, there's like over 21 tracks, and what makes it that long is the bonus tracks that says on here, not on original LP. It says during the past decade or so, has emerged from college philosophy and French departments, gaining particular currency in connection with the popular arts. These days, it's not unusual to encounter a dark piece. So someone wrote this interesting little thing on the back here, and I don't know what it all means, but anyway, I thought I'd read a little bit of that. I like that. It kind of reminds me of something that those little writings on the back of those American pressing albums of the Rolling Stones, like Out of Our Heads, and you're like, or December's Children, and you're like, what is that supposed to mean? But anyway, this is I would agree, this is a genius at work. I can listen to Solo Monk or him just playing the piano all day long. You know, it's just that so good, elegant, beautiful. Pour yourself a cocktail and let the music of Monk fill the room. So happy to have that. This one, I am just jumping into this band. I said I'm just going to start here because this is the one album that I've always, and it was cheap. And I started here, and like I said, don't know much, but I think their music has some little bit of rockabilly. I feel like I'm twisting my words around, but I picked up this Social Distortion album, and that's all it's titled. It's Social Distortion. So curious, we're going to find out what will be the next one. There were some other ones there, but I said I'm going to start with this one. So I'm not sure. This could be like their first album. I really don't know, but away we go. Sometimes you got to experience some new music by just jumping into it. So okay, now the rest are some of my vinyl finds. I'm stoked about a few of them, especially this one that I wanted to show first. This was a used copy, and you talk about being at the right place at the right time. Bang, that happened to me. I wanted this, but I didn't really want to buy it new. I felt like it was pricey. It was like 60 plus tax. But someone gave up a used copy of it, and I picked it up. This is Pharoah Sanders. Pharoah, it's a box set of his album that came out, I want to say, I don't remember the year, maybe 70 something, early 70s, but it came out right after he released an album called Elevation, which I don't have that one. But this is one that I listened to a lot on Spotify, and I just simply loved it. So, you get this Harvest Time is beautiful. Memories of Etta Johnson, that's another beautiful. And then you get another LP with Harvest Time Live from 1977. So they put some live recordings. Some say, and I read, little things on the internet, that they didn't think this was a really good record. But then, how that years go by and then people rave about it, That's just how it goes, Don't appreciate it then. And then years later, here we are talking about how great an album it is. It is, like I said, a box. And nothing fancy in there. But it does come with some neat things. And I'm not sure, I haven't really... but it comes with this little packet here. And let's see here. Oh, it's just photos. It almost looks like Pharoah Sanders there. It's a little thing of cards of interesting. Look like little Polaroid pictures. And of course it comes with this little portrait, a photo by Rob Mazur. So really cool photo there. Then inside is the album, the studio album that has Harvest Time. Really nice. I saw on Discogs there was one where the cover was blue, and I kind of read, it's a gatefold, and I kind of read it really quick, but apparently I guess the blue one might be a bootleg. I don't know. Maybe I might, like I said, I did read it real fast. I'm just showing the contents of the box set. And then of course the live LP. I like this photo of him right here, but yeah. I really do like this a lot. This is definitely it was. And then of course they just put some goodies in here. Like they put this really nice booklet, and it looks like it's probably over at least 20 pages. Yeah, about 20 pages. Here's some more cool photos. Pharoah Sanders, one of the greats. Really, really, really. And then there's this schedule, it looks like. Really cool. Look at that. Man, that would have been something to see all these great jazz artists. There's Elvin Jones. And there's a few other things in here. And it looks like I have possibly a ticket that's in the box set. And a newspaper article from 77. So those were the contents. The album, I really recommend check it out on Spotify or wherever you hear your free music. Now this next few albums, like this one right here, someone made me a copy of this album years ago. And they had a really nice way they used to make the labels on the CDRs. They would make it look like an official CD. And I did have the official CD at one time too. But, times get tough and sometimes I had to part with stuff, But anyway, I didn't know this was a tone poet, but I said this was going to come home with me. This is Wayne Shorter's album, ETC, etc. I love this record. It is so good. So good. The music. The musicians on here are CeCe McBee, I hope. Joe Chambers on drums. Herbie Hancock, showed an album of him in my last video. Barracuda's Indian Song. I mean, just a great album. One of Wayne Shorter's best. Really happy and to have that back in the collection. Next is another tone poet that I picked up. This one got marked down. And so I said, I'm going to get it. And one of the reasons is I was really curious about it. It has Blue Mitchell, Grant Green, John Patton, heavy Heavy, one of my favorite organ players. This is Stepping Out, Harold Vick. So happy to get that. Didn't get it when it first came out. Sometimes the waiting game pays off. They knocked off about at least 10 or 12 bucks off of it. And so, yeah, I definitely was going to pick this up. Don't know too much about this artist, but it's really neat that when they make these tone poets, they really sometimes bring back records I never heard of them or never knew they existed until Tone Poet reissues them. And I like the price than to pay for the originals. All right, a few more finds here. Rhino this year, they want you to start your ear off right. Right. Rush Counterparts. Picked up one of the reissues. I love this record. When I saw Rush, they did one song in here that's my favorite, and that's Between Sun and Moon. So it's a double LP set. Sorry about the glare there, but they said that the side 4 has some etching on it. I still want to get Test for Echo and Roll the Bones, but yeah, I love this record, Counterparts. This one is a pretty heavy rocker in my opinion. This was also marked down and it was new, and I grabbed this. You get a download card. This is Traffic, John Barleycorn Must Die. To reissue. So, oh man, you talk about being there at the right time and right place. I did not have this in the collection. I wanted the double CD because it has some live show or a live show, but that double live CD now is like 50 bucks, and I didn't want it that bad. So I said, you know what? I can live without the live part. I know I had this album at one time. But I know I love the first side of this album, so I do remember those songs, Glad, Freedom Rider, and Empty Pages. So, happy to have this back. Between the years of 1900 and 1910. Wow. But anyway, that is a really good record. I know that for sure. Next, I said, you know what? When I've gone into my favorite record store, I sometimes hear them playing albums, and they're always playing an album by the band Tortoise. So I said, you know what? I'm going to get one of their albums with my little trade here. I like their music. Each album seems to be really different from the ones I heard. You hear krautrock, jazz fusion, indie rock, sound effects, experimental things. I mean, it's just a mixed bag, a good mixed bag. Shake it up, and out pops some really, in my opinion, music that I really love. Sometimes it has a little Eno. Like I said, I don't know much about this band, but what I've heard, going to my local record store, I liked. So I went ahead and picked up Tortoise. TNT is the album. It's a reissue. It's a double LP. It's on the Thrill Jockey Records, which I'm not for sure, but it's a record company out of Chicago, Illinois. Like I said, I don't know much about this band, but I simply love the record. I mean, I love the music that I heard on their records, excuse me. So, let's see here. I don't think it's any kind of color variation, but I'm just going to pull out one of the records. This is side 3 and 4. But I really recommend folks out there, if you want to hear something, some progressiveness, some krautrock, and you like that kind of thing, I recommend checking out Tortoise. It is a band that I plan to pick up more of their albums, and I'm getting them one by one. I like to use my credit, and I could get I'm going to use it all on Tortoise albums. I thought about doing that a few times, but then I said, a little bit of this, some prog, some jazz, some classic rock, some classical. That's the way I like to use my store credit, and I appreciate the record store that I go to very much, and great bunch of folks. And anyway, here it is, folks. That's my vinyl finds, etc. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you soon and take care.